Hi everyone, I'm Dick Beardsley. Welcome to the fishing scene. Hey folks, it's late May, early June, and we're back in a small little lagoon fishing for big bluegills and maybe an occasional crappie. I'll tell you what folks, this time of the year, you know, a lot of people are into that walleye mindset, and we're starting to get into a pattern shortly here where those walleyes will be a little more predictable, be out on their summer patterns. But I'll tell you what folks, this is the time of the year now when you can really cash in and have a lot of fun getting in on some of those big gills as they're getting ready to start making their beds to get ready to start spawning, probably in another week and a half, 2 weeks, kind of depending on the weather. Now, what we're doing here, we're in a small back bay off of a lake that's just filled with logs and stumps and all types of debris like that, and it's a great attractant for all these fish. Plus, what it does is it warms up the water in those areas because those logs are real kind of a dark color, so that kind of absorbs the sunlight. Plus, all kinds of little bugs like to hang around and right up underneath or on the sides of those logs. And so those bluegills, crappies that move in here have easy pickings for eating. So it's a great combination. Now they'll be in this area for a while, and then once they get done spawning, then for the most part, the bigger fish will move out, and there'll always be some fish in here all year long, but it just gets a little bit more difficult to fish as you get into the middle part of summertime because of, well, the water's warmed up and you'll get a lot of algae growth and maybe lily pads growing up, so it makes it a lot tougher to fish. But boy, I'm telling you what, folks, early in the season, these are the places you really want to key on. And what you want to do is until you find out where there's a concentration of those fish, you want to kind of fan cast the entire area. So just keep moving around and pitching it out there.
Don't go away. There's more of the fishing scene coming up. The fishing scene is sponsored by Rainbow Resort, Muscatel Dodge and Jeep Center, and DL RV and Marine.
There we go. Now that feels like a better gill, folks. That feels like a better gill. It feels like a plate coming through the water. Oh yeah, I can see him down there. There's a nice gill, huh? Let's get that puppy up here. Now that's what we're looking for. Hey folks, look at the size of that gill there, huh? That is a beautiful fish. That is one gorgeous fish. And that, my friends, is one that's pushing close to a pound, and we're putting her back in the water. Boy, that's some good genetics right there. And we want to make sure that she can keep producing some fish like herself. We'll get her back in the water there. Oh man, I'm telling you folks, what we're doing is pretty simple. The boat kind of drifted out here a little bit. But again, you know, even people that are beginner fishermen, you kind of can sense what looks fishy, and I've been doing this for a long time, so this really looks fishy to me. I just like what I see here. I see a bunch of logs, I see some trees sticking up, I see some grass, some fresh grass right up against the edge of the water there like that. All that combination, I like that. Plus, we're sitting out here in actually a little bit deeper water, so these fish have access to deep water. Now we're at about 7 foot. You think, well, Dick, gosh, that's not very deep water. Well, for this little lagoon that we're in, it's the deepest water in the whole lagoon. So they've got some access to getting into some deeper water if they wanted. Oh, I just missed him. That cork hit the water and boom, it went right down. So they got access to some deeper water, which is nice. He might have got my bait that time. And they seem to be tucked up right up close to shore there. Get this reeled in here quick and get another cast out there. Still got my bait, so I'm gonna flip it out there quick. be ready. There we go. Oh. It feels not too bad. At first it was swimming right towards the boat here, so it didn't feel that good, but now this is a nicer one too, folks. This is a nice one too. Yeah. Maybe not as nice, but it's still a nice fish. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Aren't they pretty? I'm telling you, that's what we're after, folks, right there. You talk about a gorgeous fish. I mean, they don't get much prettier than that. What a dandy. What a dandy. Get her back in the water again. And we're just gonna flip her right back out there again. I'm telling you, folks, once you get on them, it can be a ball. I'm telling you. Again, you might have to move around a little bit till you find out where those bigger fish are. There's one right there. We're on them. I'm telling you, folks, we're on them. This feels like another good one. This feels like a good one, folks. I want to keep tension on the line because, boy, even those bluegills, even with that small mouth, they can still, that jig can pop out. We're using very small jigs. Another nice one. Oh, folks, I'm telling you. Another nice fish. Oh, yeah. What a dandy. This isn't the same one either. They're thick in there. We found where they're at. Again, it's taken us a little bit of time, but we've moved around. Oh, I can barely get my hand around her. Oh, what a nice beauty. And you can see what we're doing, folks. We're just casting right up towards the reeds and the grass there. Within a couple, 2-3 feet of the shore there. Look at, they're even hitting my float a little bit. There's one. Oh boy, I'm telling you, this is fun. When you get into them like this, now this one doesn't seem quite as big. Oh, but he's nice though too. Sometimes, oh, that's another dandy, I'm telling you. That's about, what, 4 in a row of nice, 3/4 of a pound. Those are nice sunfish bluegills. Now, I still got a bit of a waxworm here. And what I'm going to try here, I'm going to keep going with this waxworm for right now until it's off. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over to a plastic tail because the way, there's another one. The way they're smacking this, folks, I'm telling you, I'd almost be willing to bet that they're going to smack a tail. In fact, you know what I'm going to do here? When I get this one in, I'm going to take that little piece of waxworm that I have on there off. Just to try to show you something. Another nice one. Another nice one. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that piece of wax from off. There's no meat on there at all. All I've got is this small little 1/64 ounce Lindy little nipper jig with the marabou hair there. You watch. I'll bet you we'll get one on right now. When they go on a feeding frenzy like that, sometimes it doesn't matter what you throw at them. Let's see if my hunch pays off here. There's one right there. Didn't even hit the water. I'm telling you, folks. Oh, baby. This is a nice one. This feels even nicer. Oh, man, she got me down in some weeds or trees down there in that. Yeah, another nice gill. Another nice gill. Look at that now. You know what, folks? My cork slipped down a little bit. But I'll tell you what, when you find them and they're on a frenzy, I'm telling you, don't take time to take a leak or anything. Don't take time to eat a sandwich. Get your jig out there. Oh, I just missed one. Because the bite can start hot and it can quit as quickly as it started, it can stop on you. That would have been about my 10th one in a row here.
There's more big panfish when we return. Our photo of the week this week is from Carter Prenovost of Asante, Minnesota, with a bass caught off the dock. If you'd like to see your photo on the fishing scene, send it to TV3 Attention Fishing Scene, 808 Washington Avenue, Suite 11, Detroit Lakes, Minnesota 56501. Or email it to tv3@arvig.net, subject Photo of the Week. That's tv3@arvig.net. The Fishing Scene is sponsored by Rainbow Resort, Muscatel Dodge and Jeep Center, and DL RV and Marine.
It is. Another dandy. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. This is a beaut. Telling you folks, this is a beaut. Look at this hog. That is what you call a hoggy doggy. I'm telling you, that is one gorgeous fish. And folks, you know what, if you want to keep a few of those, you know, I don't have a problem with that, but boy, you don't need 20 bluegills like that, believe me. You know, put most of those back in the water and you know, keep some of the smaller ones if you want to have a fish fry. But, and again, folks, when they're on the bite like they are, all I'm using is a plain little nipper jig from Lindy, pitching it out there right up towards shore. There's some logs up in there, and the fish, they're schooled up in there thick. Oh, just missed him. Just missed him. There's one right there. Oh, that's a nice one. This is a dandy. Oh, this feels like a good one. Oh, look at the size. Now, folks, that is a rock bass. That is a good sized rock bass. Boy, that guy's been through the minefields or something. Gosh, look at that. Man, that was fun to catch, though. And rock bass are a panfish. You know, a lot of people kind of turn their nose up to them. But I'll tell you what, folks, if I would fillet those out for you, throw them in a pan with a bunch of sunfish and crappies, you wouldn't tell the difference. I missed him again. Normally, folks, you know, when I'm fishing, I always tell you, work your bait back to the boat. But like with these panfish, these bluegills, when they're, you know that they're stuck up right next to the shore there in the logs, that's when it's okay. Once you get out from a certain area, it's okay, you know, to reel that puppy in and get it back out there where you know those fish are. Because like I said, the bite can end as quick as it started. Oh, I missed him again. Boy, they are. They're sucked right up in there. Now remember, there's one. Oh, it feels like another nice one. You can just tell the way they come through the water. Yeah, another nice one. Maybe not quite as big as the last couple, but still a nice fish. And you got to remember, we're not using any bait, just that small jig. Okay, now we're right in position to really hatch in on them. I missed him. Oh, missed him again. So now I'm seeing, I missed him twice. I'm out away from where they are. I need to get back in. Now my float moved up a little bit, or down I should say, so I'm gonna move it up just a hair. And you'd rather be above the fish than below them. So if you got an error on the side of being too deep or too shallow, there's one. You always want to be too shallow. This feels like a nice one. Oh, it's another rock bass. That's why it feels nice. That's one thing about rock bass. I tell you what, they are fun to catch. I mean, they are fighting fish. But be careful their dorsal fins. Folks, they got the prickliest dorsal fins. And man, you can really get your hands gnawed up. Now remember, if I'd have a plastic tail on right now, or a wax worm on that little nipper jig, I can almost guarantee you when that cork would hit the water, it'd be down. But it's fun just to catch them without it. Oh, this feels like a nice one. This feels like a nice gill. He's really pulling, folks. I'm telling you, this feels like a dandy. It's like a big honking plate coming through the water. Try reeling in a plate someday. You'll know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's a baby. Oh, baby. Come here to Papa. Look at that, folks. That is a gill. I'm telling you, that is, look at the size of it. It covers up my hand. That is a beautiful, beautiful fish. You know what? We could be out there walleye fishing right now, struggling for a few fish on a clear day, not much wind. Why do that when you can get in and catch these big giant gills one after another? I mean, I'm telling you, if anybody tells you that it's not fun to do it, baloney. When you get action like we've been having, listen, I like to fish walleyes with the best of them, but boy, there's certain times when you got to say, you know what, let's put the walleyes in the back burner and we're going after some big gills.
There's more of the fishing scene. Stay tuned. The fishing scene is sponsored by Rainbow Resort, Muscatel Dodge and Jeep Center, and DL RV and Marine.
Okay, I'm out beyond where I wanted to be, so now, again, reel in quick, boom, cast her back out. Right there, there'll be a fish right there. Come on. A little jigging. Oh, jeepers. That might be a smaller one. I mean, oh, no, he must have got down on some wood on me. Sometimes those smaller ones will really whack, but now this one's feeling a little bit better. That might be another. What do we got here? Oh, look at this, folks. A little pikey. I'm telling you, now that is what you call a hammer handle. A lot of people call northern pike hammer handles that are 3-pounders. This is a hammer handle. All you need to do is put the little wedge up on top of his nose there, and it's the perfect length for a hammer handle. But we're not going to do that to him. We're going to get him back in the water, and hopefully he'll get big and be a trophy pike someday. No wonder that bugger hit it like he did. Those pike, boy, you know, they're so aggressive. And now it's funny, you know, now a bigger pike, if that was, say, 3, 4, 5-pound pike or bigger, and he was back in there, those gills would be out of there right now. But the little pike like that, those big gills, they probably scare that pike more than that pike scares that gill. Another nice fish. Oh boy, just beautiful fish, and you can see they're all pretty close to the same size. This is actually on the smaller size of what we've been catching, but they're all stacked up in there, and they are on a frenzy right now. Folks, our day today, it's one of those beautiful days to be out doing some pan fishing. We've got, for the most part, clear skies, about 70 degrees, virtually no wind, water temperature in the low 60s, and water clarity, it's fairly clear in this little lagoon we're in. Look at this one. Oh my goodness. Oh. And we're getting these fish, folks, on every cast, for the most part. Whoops. For the most part, on every cast. baby. This is, I'm pretty sure it's a gill. He kind of flipped up like a plate. Now it's a little guy though. Look at that. Now that's the smallest one we've caught on this spot here. We're gonna go see if we can get one of his grandfathers. Because I know they're back in, or they're in there. Now they might have moved a little bit. Oh, that might be a crappie. It is. Nice crappie. There we go. Hey, folks, I'm telling you, there's a nice crappie right there, huh? Hey, folks, whether you're after bluegills, crappies, rock bass, whatever it is, this time of the year, late May, early June, hey, take advantage of the bite. Get into these lakes that have these little lagoons into them. A lot of people don't get into them. There's lots of wood, logs, things like that you can find. It'll all hold fish, small jigs, little float, maybe a few waxworms, some plastics. Hey, you'll be all set for some fantastic and fun fishing. And please remember to practice selective harvesting. By doing so, we'll continue to have great fishing for years to come. For my camera gal, Raina Benson, I'm Dick Beardsley. I'll see you out here on the water.
We'd like to thank the sponsors that make this show possible. And don't forget to check out our website at fishingscene.com.